Okay, so that was the market. This was the highest point that we attained. This is the highest point attained. After attaining that highest point, it dropped. Let me just draw it. That should be the easiest way to see it. When you get to draw it, so the market attained that point, it dropped, and then we had an uptrend, and then it trend, dropped, and then we had an uptrend, then dropped. Yeah. So what you need to realize is after this market dropped, so the moment it dropped and break this point, this was the first indication of the sell. So it dropped, traded higher, came down and made the second low. So this point is lower than this point is lower than, let me just draw them. I have this one here. So I don't know if you can see that the market was trading higher from this side, and then we came up to this highest point, it dropped low, traded higher, dropped and made a new low, traded higher, and then it came up to this point where it never traded. What was happening is the trend was changing. So we were on a buy trade, but we were changing from a buy to a sell. So the indication that the thing that's showing us is changing. You can see what's happening here. That one is slower compared to that one. This one is slower. So it shows you that the selling pressure is increasing. This one here is lower. This one is lower. So that shows that the selling pressure is increasing. So let's say you had this trend, we had our first sell here and then it dropped. I told people to take some profits and then it traded. So what happened? Okay, if you want to tell that the trend is changing, you'll get to look at this highest and the lowest points, previous lowest point. It means that the buying pressure, the buyers have started to come in. But looking at how the market is behaving, it means that after we are from this point, you're just going to drop again and made a new low. So this is the first characteristic of some huge movements. It always starts by making these type of movements. There'll be that selling pressure, or if it's in a buy, you can see that this dotted line, this is the open price. The market came up to the open price and traded higher, and we are currently trading at this point. This red line is our reference point. If we get to close above, we're going to buy the next day. If we get to close below, we're going to sell. Right now, one session is on. So we give it time. So there's a signal that we get to trade it from tomorrow after we see where it's going to close from. Is there any question on GU or any question on GBP?
Yeah, I have some question. Like on like personally, I'm trying to see like some kind of a W pattern being formed with a high buying pressure. Is it going to give to it?
Okay, you're trying to say that.
Yeah, the big one, the big thing. Yeah.
Down here, this point and this point.
Yeah.
So what will determine if this W pattern is going to be a buy is this market coming to break above this point. If we get to break above this point, this is the previous high, lower high, candle closes above, it means that now we are changing from a sell trend to a buy trend. But if it's not going to make a, if it's not going to close up, you're still on a sell trend. So if you are to buy this market, we wait for it to close above this point and take a buy. So that would be up, like the one that we looked at yesterday, the one that was equal, which had equal tops, and we say that after you trade it, you'll have to leave a buy stop, sell stop. The reason behind saying that is because when they are equal, it means that this zone is highly liquid. So the market must take all this, they just create that liquidity so that they can utilize that zone in. I don't know if you got that.
That's great. I've understood properly.
So here you're going to wait until this market breaks this point. That one was higher, lower, lower. It was lower, it was lower. So this one here, they're just trying to collect surpluses for these people who they like locking. Okay, one thing about the market is when you are in profits, you have to take the profits, or if you don't take your profits, someone else will bid for you. So if someone was on a sell trade here, he was in profit. This was almost that if someone else came and take the profits for them. Because I'm sure by the time this market was here, this person would lost if you got to enter that point. So sometimes it's just looking at the small time frame, because looking at the markets in 1 hour, you'll see, okay, in 1 hour, remember this time, the time when this candle was for sell to buy. So sometimes it's better off if you get to look at higher time.
Okay, so this is what GBP is doing today. I remember yesterday during the Zoom session, I was talking to my good friends and I told them that I remember this point you marked, and it was, if it breaks above this point is when you're going to buy. And I remember telling them that this zone is highly liquid. So take a look at how the market played out. Just consolidated and dropped. It's never made any higher than that one. It's a very clear thing, a very smooth movement, very smooth movement. Right now trading down. So it's as clear as that. The fact that you understand price, you'll just enjoy trading foreign exchange. But the problem is most people just come and trade and you make loss because you don't know what's happening in the background. So that is it about GBP, and I hope we are enjoying that trade.